always record our classes just so that I'll post them on YouTube. I can hear when you send me a message, Shabi. So if you have a question while we're going through slides, just let me know and I will answer that question for you. Okay. So I will go. I'm showing you our slides right now and I will kind of go through them a little slowly, and then if you have a question, I'll stop then. So we just talked for a little bit. I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. I know that the transition to online is a little difficult, so we'll try and go real slow, but still be able to make sure you all get the things that you need from me for your paper. So we'll go over peer review a little bit. So what you'll need to do is on Thursday of this week, you'll turn in your draft by submitting a Word document. If you don't have Word, you can download it on CSU's website. I have linked that on the peer review discussion. Okay, and I'll show that to you in just a minute. So let's see if I could cast something else. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my canvas? Should be perfect. Okay, so when I show Canvas, hopefully that works for you, but if the Discord cuts out, let me know. So like I said, on Thursday, you'll turn in your Word document. I have linked the access to Microsoft Word here. So if you click on that, it will take you to where you can download Microsoft Word. If any of you are having trouble doing that, just let me know. But what you'll do is you'll turn it in and then you'll come back on Friday and you will download 2 of your peers' papers. So you will download the comment above and the comment below your post. And then you'll make 6 marginal comments doing one of these 5 things, and you can double up on those if you need. It doesn't matter how many of each you do. The next thing you'll do is leave one final comment below their paper, kind of summarizing everything you've said in your marginal comments, and then leaving any other overall comments that you have. So that could be in regards to the hierarchy, which I've linked here. You could take a look at how persuasive and argumentative is their topic and the overall structure. But you could take a look at this hierarchy if you're struggling to see how well they meet the requirements. Okay. Any questions on peer review and how that works online? I'll go back to Canvas. It's blank? Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Maybe this will work. Can you see Canvas now? Perfect. Okay, so any questions about how this peer review will work? It's okay if this one doesn't go perfectly, because I know that we are all adjusting to all these new routines, but hopefully this should be something that will work for everyone and give you enough time to comment on 2 people's papers. Okay, any questions, Shabi? Yes, so you'll download 2 people's papers. And so once you go to comment, so for example, once you go to comment on a discussion, so I'll show you another discussion. So say, for example, you are Jacob here. So if this is Jacob and he links his paper, he just uploads a file, he will come back later and he will download Savannah's paper and Marjorie's paper and then leave comments on both of those papers. Does that sound good? Okay. So if there are any questions on peer review, let me know. And if I'm hearing a lot of confusion around you all, I will make another video kind of going through this peer review to help you all out. But of course, feel free to email me if you have questions. Okay, let's go back. Okay. So I'm going to go through two different paragraphs and we're going to take a look at development. And so I'll ask you if you can tell me a couple of things that you notice the differences between the two after I read them. So I'll go ahead and read this first one. Making texting while driving a primary offense would decrease traffic deaths. A 2006 study from Australia found that in 2 Australian states, an estimated 45,600 people had near misses in their cars due to cell phone use. That's a striking number. The New York Times reports that when long-haul truck drivers texted in their vehicle, quote, their collision risk was 23 times greater than not texting. Furthermore, in California, a law requiring hands-free devices in cars saves an estimated of 300 lives per year, clearly making this a primary offense a good idea. Okay, so take a look at that, read it for a second. I'll give you a minute to go ahead and read that on your own. Okay, then we're going to go to this more developed paragraph. And so this paragraph is good. It gets the point across. It uses quotations correctly, but this paragraph is a little bit more developed. So I'll go ahead and read that for us. One reason all U.S. states should make texting while driving a primary offense is because such a law would decrease traffic deaths, and there is plenty of proof to support this fact. For example, a 2006 study done in Australia found that in just 2 Australian states, an estimated 45,600 people had near misses in their cars due to cell phone use. If there were a law banning texting in the car, the number of near misses and logically actual crashes would decrease significantly, ultimately saving lives. Additionally, the New York Times reports that when long-haul truck drivers texted in their vehicle, their collision risk was 23 times greater than when not texting. Clearly, when truck drivers took their eyes off from the road to focus on their cell phones, they put many innocent people on the road in danger. Similar logic applies to drivers of cars who, although they're not generally hauling large loads, do have several thousand pounds of metal in there. These dangers could be mitigated with stronger laws against it in the first place. If texting while driving were a primary offense in all states, then a police officer would need no other reason to pull over a texter. Furthermore, the Public Policy Institute of California estimates that a law requiring hands-free devices in that state saves an estimated of 300 lives per year. If disallowing talking on the phone while in the car in California could save that many lives, imagine how many thousands of people in the US could be saved if texting were banned as well. Clearly, making this a primary offense is a good idea. So aside from the second paragraph being longer, what do you think is the difference between the underdeveloped and the more developed paragraph? Good, yeah, exactly. More transition words. Good. What else do you see? Yeah, I think they expanded on those statistics a little bit more. So we talked about in class how you may need to expand and explain those statistics. So they expanded on them and gave context to those statistics. Good. So if we take a look here, you can see directly this underdeveloped paragraph says that's a striking number, right? And so they do say that's a lot, that's large, it is something to be important. However, this fully developed paragraph, when they mention these 4 to 6,000 people, connect it directly back to that main argument that there should be a law banning texting in the car, right? And so that callback to the thesis is also important. Do you have any questions or any other comments on what help makes this paragraph different or more developed than the underdeveloped paragraph? Perfect. So I'm going to post these slides on the week 11 module. And so you can see these slides and go over the paragraphs on your own as the discussion for today, which I will show you as well. So discussion for today, let's see, asks questions about this development and how you can apply this to your own writing. So this is what the discussion post will look like. Remember that attending this Discord session or watching it online will be most helpful to you, and you can take a week at last week's module and this week's module. But you'll just need to write or record answers to 2 of 3 of these questions. So you don't need to answer all 3, but pick 2 and make sure that they're well developed in paragraphs, no matter if you're recording or writing. Okay? Then after you do that, you will go through on Thursday and respond to a peer directly below you, so the post right below yours, and do one of these 5 things. Okay, doesn't need to be very long for that response. Okay. So that's what that should look like. Do you have any other concerns, Shabi? Usually I will keep these discords under 30 minutes. The shorter the better. That way I can give you more time to do work. Do you have any questions, concerns, panics? Perfect. Well, I think we'll end that there. Thank you for coming and thanks for trying out this Discord session with me. I really appreciate it, Shabi. And I will post this video online later. Thanks, you too. See you later.